Tonight, the Iranian regime putting out video claiming to show its troops attacking and seizing commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. The images, set to music, show them masked and armed. 2 ships were forced from the international waterway into Iranian waters, according to Iranian state media. All just hours after President Trump extended his ceasefire with Iran.
Iran has gone from having the most lethal navy in the Middle East to now acting like a bunch of pirates.
The ceasefire is dead. Iran killed it this morning, not with words, with gunboats. You see them approaching this ship here. This is day 55. While Americans were asleep, the IRGC commandos boarded 2 commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. They opened fire on a 3rd in Tehran, hours after the President of the United States extended the ceasefire out of goodwill. I don't know if you think this video is staged. It doesn't look like any open ocean. I don't see any waves. And more importantly, they've got really good camera angles on this, don't they? This is like a Steven Spielberg type of production here. I'm wondering where Frodo and Bilbo are and if they're going to throw the ring back in the volcano. But I'm going to break all of this down for you. I can't play this with the audio because, you know, the YouTube stuff, but I want to walk you through the timeline because this matters. Tuesday night, Trump goes on True Social, says he's extending the ceasefire at the request of Pakistan. He gives Tehran more time, another chance to come to the table with a deal. This is restraint. Iran's answer comes within hours. You're watching it here. The MSC Francesca, the Panamanian flagged Italian-owned part of the largest container fleets on the planet, approached by an IRGC gunboat, opens fire, heavy damage to the bridge. Then these commandos board her, escort her to the Iranian coast. Same morning, the Epaminondas, a Liberian flagged cargo ship, same treatment, seized. And then there's another one, a 3rd ship, the Euphoria, Greek-owned, stranded on Iran's shore after being fired upon, of goodwill. Are we surprised? I'll wait. Tell me. The IRGC's excuse for all this, the ships have been tampered with, or they tampered with their navigation systems. Translation for the folks at home, they had their transponders turned off. Every ship in the strait has been running dark for 2 months because Iran has been doing this. Now Iran's calling it a crime. Look at these commandos coming on here, okay? And look how the cameraman is in the right place. He's already there. This is a game. This has always been a game. And I'll tell you, this is where it gets interesting because the game is now changing. This is the Truth Social post that changes everything because gave them an off-ramp. He gave them a way out. And he basically said, look, we don't know who's in charge. We don't know who's we're dealing with. The IRGC, the leadership in Tehran, the cardboard cutout. So he gives them an off-ramp. He gives them an opportunity to figure it out on their own. Well, it seems like that game is over. When Iran starts coming out and launching these attacks like this on these ships and boarding them and seizing them, I think this is unnecessary. I don't believe this is what they should be doing if they want to have any level of success with dealing with the president. Now, the one that really should worry you, though, this is Iranian TV. They paraded a missile down the street. These Iranian patriots is what they call them. They parade a missile down the street that has a 2,000-kilometer range. And if you're a member of the European Union, you should probably be worried whenever they start doing this because this could affect all of the Europeans. Do you see what the guy's standing on there? That's a missile. That is a 2,000-kilometer range missile that they're rolling out like it's, I don't know, like it's Mardi Gras. Is this the way that you get Donald Trump to have any level of mercy on your country? Is this what the Iranian people want? This is like North Korea, maybe worse. I'd love to get your comment down below. But to me, this does not scream, we want peace. This screams nanny boo boo, stick your head in, you know what, come and find us. The Iranian government, the IRGC, whoever is running their country, needs to really rethink some things, that they're ready for whatever's happening. I don't know how we get this negotiation further down the road when you're negotiating with real buffoons. That's the problem. And the other problem is they continue to attack ships going through the Strait of Hormuz. This is the UK MTO. They've received a report 83 nautical miles southeast of Somalia. The master cargo ship was approached by two small craft, armed persons on board. One small craft approached within 600 meters. Warning shots were fired. Suspicious craft returned. They moved away, made clear of the reporting cargo. The crew are all safe and accounted for. They're getting more aggressive. They are getting, what I would say, more ballsy. Reports have now emerged alleging that NATO powers, France, Germany, and Britain have all shared intelligence with the Iranian government regarding the movements of U.S. forces in and around the Strait of Hormuz. If this is true, we have to leave NATO immediately. These are the people that we thought had our backs. And if they are sharing information with the Iranian government, we have to leave immediately. They are putting American lives in danger.
In a controversial deal amid recent tensions over the Strait of Hormuz, France, Germany, and Britain reportedly shared intelligence on American military force movements with Iran. The exchange was said to secure the cancellation of Iranian-imposed transit fees on commercial shipping through the vital waterway, which carries about 1/5 of global oil and liquefied natural gas. The deal was reportedly proposed to Iran through diplomatic channels and was initiated by a coalition of 3 major NATO countries: Britain,
France, and Germany are negotiating behind our backs and giving information away about our military. Is it starting to make sense now?
France, and Germany. Iran officially proposed charging transit fees for passage through the Strait of Hormuz in late March 2026 as part of a broader 10-point proposal to end its ongoing war with the United States and Israel. Under the agreement between Iran and European countries, ships transporting energy resources from brands such as Total Energies, BP, Shell, Wintershall D, and Uniper will be exempt from the need to pay for passage through this.
So they're giving them an exemption. If this is true, if this report holds water, they are giving an exemption to those 3 countries, members of NATO, behind the backs of the president, behind the back of the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, level that I can't explain. Because we have men and women in the Middle East right now that are putting it all on the line. What are your thoughts on this? Do you remember that ceasefire? The one Trump just extended? What other negotiations are they doing behind our back that are preventing an actual ceasefire? I mean, is that too far along for us to believe that maybe these NATO allies knew that this was happening? The thing about this whole thing with the ship, though, look how it's dead in the water. That is like a pond. That is like glass. This is perfect water to go skiing on. And you're telling me this container ship is just going to pull up and throw down anchor and let these other small boats just roll up on them? They've got drone footage. It's sweeping around. I mean, this is too good. We're giving them a lifeline. Trump extended this, giving them an opportunity. And then they parade a ballistic missile out in a parade in front of our faces, chanting, you know, target Tel Aviv, death to America. That's the ceasefire partner. That's who Washington. Now, the mainstream media is already telling you this is just posturing. It's theater for domestic audience. Nothing to worry about. I think there's a lot more to worry about than what we're not knowing, what we're not being told. We just had the Secretary of the Navy fired. That's a big move. Now, I think the incoming Secretary of the Navy, the Deputy Secretary that's in place, guy by the name of Hung Kao, he is a Navy veteran of 30 years, fled Vietnam. His family did. And I believe he's going to be a very good replacement. Maybe the long-term option there. I don't know the reasoning behind him being fired. Donald Trump likes loyalty. If you're loyal, he's going to keep you around forever. If you're not, your days are numbered. And I believe the Iranian government, this IRGC, their days are numbered. This is a very well choreographed video. I mean, this is a production. Love to get your comments down below. If you want the military analysis nobody else is giving you from somebody who actually wore the uniform, subscribe, hit the bell, share the video with somebody who needs to see it, and hammer that like button. Like the IRGC just ended the ceasefire in your mind too. I'm at Navy Vet over on X. I'll see you this afternoon.